Hey everybody, Pastor Stephen Anderson here from Faithful Word Baptist Church in Tempe, Arizona to tell you about a really cool new website called EntireBiblePreached.org. EntireBiblePreached.org. So a couple of weeks ago I was thinking about how cool it would be to have a website where every single chapter in the Bible is listed and then a sermon about that chapter. So instead of people going to a commentary, listening to what some so-called theologian or scholar says about it, they could actually learn the Bible the way that the Bible is intended to be learned, through Spirit-filled preaching, right? God has manifested His Word through preaching. So instead of some dead seminarian theologian commentary, people could get Spirit-filled preaching about whatever chapter in the Bible they wanted. And so I was thinking about it, and I'm in the process of preaching through the entire Bible chapter by chapter on Wednesday nights, and it would take 23 and a half years to do that. So I've already been at it for like 12 years, so I'm halfway through. But I was thinking about how there are other preachers that have already preached through a lot of the books that I haven't covered yet, that are great preachers, like-minded men of God that we could include in this website. And so, I started going through and looking at it, and, Pastor Jimenez has done Exodus, Leviticus, Brother Romero had done some books that I haven't done, Brother McMurtry, just all different preachers that we're friends with have done. So I had this idea of, include lots of different preachers. And also, like, for books that have been done by more than one preacher, put all the options. Like, I found that, like, 4 of us had done the book of Genesis. 4 of us had done the book of Acts. So I was thinking, man, just include all 4 options. That way for each chapter, people could have 4 options. So Brother Tyler Doka, he took this idea that I had and he just ran with it. And he built this awesome website. And so he took that idea and he turned it into a reality. And it is at EntireBiblePreached.org. And so, right now, every chapter is not represented, but the vast majority of the Bible is already covered. But the website's going to keep growing. For example, First Chronicles is not on there, but I'm doing First Chronicles on Wednesday nights right now. And Ezekiel's not up, but Pastor Jimenez is starting that in a few weeks. And a lot of the books that are not up there are going to be finished within the next year, because a lot of other pastors have heard about this idea and they want to be a part of it, getting it done. And it's really cool because it gets us to preach on things that we normally wouldn't preach, because churches tend to preach the same parts of the Bible over and over again. And, we want to be different than that. We want to preach the whole Bible. We want to cover everything and teach everything and leave no stone unturned and not neglect parts of the Bible, because all Scripture is profitable for doctrine. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about this website. I think it's going to be awesome. And it's going to grow over time too, because even once we've filled in every single book, it's going to continue to grow, because we'll just add more options. Right now, a certain book, there might only be one option. Maybe I'm the only one who preached it. But down the road, there could be 5, 6, 7 options for each book. Imagine how cool that would be to have one-stop shop for just whatever the chapter. You pick the book, you pick the chapter, and to have several sermons on that chapter. And these are not sermons that just take one verse from that chapter and just preach about that one verse. These are sermons that actually go verse by verse through that chapter. And so they cover just about everything. And obviously it's hard to cover everything in one sermon, but you know what I mean. They seek to cover as much as possible in that chapter. They seek to go verse by verse through that whole chapter. And as more options are added, somebody might listen to a sermon and say, man, that didn't really answer my question, or that didn't really cover the part that I was interested in. Then they could click on the next option and maybe it will cover it in that next option. And so anyway, check it out. Visit it today, EntireBiblePreached.org, and then keep continuing to visit it and watch it grow and watch sermons be added. God bless you. Have a great day.